Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello and welcome, whether you are watching this video for yourself or cross-watching for another individual with Sagittarius placements. Happy birthday for those of you who have a birthday for the month of December. Happy belated birthday for my November folks. I just want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of all of you we are able to continue putting out these videos, continue putting out these messages. So thank you so much. I also just want to give a quick update that I am going to be taking down the personal readings and Reiki sessions for a little bit, probably like a week. I had actually said I was going to do that in November and I didn't end up doing it. And I really just need to catch up. That's kind of why I'm behind with the general readings too. So I'm going to take about a week probably. As soon as I'm caught up, I will put those back on. I'm actually going to also be doing a giveaway as well as a sale for the rest of the year so people can kind of, know what's coming for them coming into 2020. I think that's a great time to get a reading, right around the new year, especially this new year. We have a lot going on, that's for sure. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Also follow me on all of my social media. That way you don't miss out on any giveaways or specials that I'm doing in this month or in the future. I have all of those links in the description box down below, as well as links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations. But again, they may be down temporarily when you are watching this video, so be sure to check back, and there may just be a sale when you come back. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, I do like to start off these videos by going over the astrology for the month, kind of giving a brief energetic report. If that's not something you're interested in, that's totally fine. I absolutely understand that's something not everyone wants to hear, so I will just invite someone to leave a comment with a timestamp down below that skips ahead right to the actual reading. I will pin that to the top and give it a nice big heart for helping me out. So if anyone wants to do that, that would be much appreciated. But I do feel like, again, this is a really big month, especially for you, Sagittarius, being your birth month for some of you. We do have an eclipse that's going to be happening at the end of the month, and your ruling planet, Jupiter, is moving into Capricorn on December 2nd. So there's a lot that's actually happening that's very relevant to you. With Jupiter moving out of Sagittarius, which is, it's comfortable in your sign. It's the native planet, or I'm sorry, native sign to that planet. So when Jupiter is moving into a sign like Capricorn, a lot of people have been very nervous about this because we've had a lot of lucky breaks. We've been able to have a lot of progression and expansion. I don't know about you though, 2019 has still been pretty hard. It wasn't anything like 2018 was, but there was still a lot of lessons. Sure, there were lucky breaks for me. Sure, there was a lot, including this channel that just kind of blew up. But really, it's not necessarily like just because this one planet is moving signs, suddenly everything is going to go to hell. I actually think that what's really beautiful about this, and it's funny because this is what has some people concerned, with Jupiter moving into Capricorn, where we've had Pluto and Saturn giving us a lot of hard lessons. We've really had to earn a lot of what we've been working on in that energy. For you, that's actually in terms of finances. For those of you who are Sagittarius rising especially, this is going to be true to finances, possessions, wealth, abundance, even your values, emotionally. There's been a lot of change there. There's been a lot of lessons there. You may have been putting in a lot of work and not getting the payout, quite literally, for in your case. And with Jupiter finally entering this sign, entering Capricorn, that is going to really give an opportunity to actually get some payout, which is really lovely. And that may not always be the case as we have Jupiter transiting through Capricorn. Of course, once Jupiter is conjunct Saturn or Pluto, like once it's right on top of those planets, we can definitely expect to see some restriction. We may have a spell of bad luck, that's for sure. And Capricorn is definitely a sign that tests you. It's energy that tests you, and I don't mean that as people. I mean that as the season. It's the energy of the season. It's about restriction. It's about learning lessons. It's about earning things. And there may be times where it's like you just feel like you have to really work your own, and that's not always bad. Sometimes that's a good thing. You know, Capricorn is going to make sure that you are ready to get the thing you are trying to earn. And that's also the lesson of Saturn as well. It's not something that's ever given to you in your birth chart. It's something that you kind of have to provide for yourself. You really have to work on it. So with all of that being said, we do also have an eclipse at the end of this month as well on the 26th. It is a solar eclipse. It is going to be in the sign of Capricorn again. What's really interesting about this is that Jupiter is also going to be conjunct by a single degree during that eclipse. So Jupiter is going to be basically right on top of the eclipse as well. And it's really going to be a very, very powerful time to manifest. Again, for you, Sagittarius, that could just be manifesting wealth or manifesting possessions, maybe a new car, a new home. That's more fourth house stuff, but it's physical objects, you know, physical things, money, financial freedom, you know, whatever it is that makes you feel secure. It's a really good time to manifest that. And if you don't work with the law of attraction or you don't work with the lunar cycles, I am highly, highly recommending that you start on the 26th, because eclipses are always powerful times for manifestations, particularly solar eclipses. And when you have that new moon conjunct Jupiter, there is a lot of luck. There is a really big window to bring in a lot of amazing things into our lives. And that could be really anything. Again, a lot of this is going to depend on your specific natal chart. If you don't know what your rising sign is, that would be really, really helpful to know. You can go... I provided a link in the description box down below that can help you calculate your natal chart. And wherever that 4th degree in Capricorn is, that really right at the beginning of Capricorn, wherever that is the area of your life that is going to be the most affected, whether you have planets in that 4th degree of Capricorn or you have an angular house that's cusping around that degree. So keep all of that in mind. This is very general, but I do feel like this is a really, really powerful time. And I know 2020, the energy is honestly very... Not a lot of people are talking about it right now. I've been talking about this with my friend Ellie. She actually has a tarot channel herself, the Starlight Archivist. She's phenomenal. She just started her YouTube channel, so you should definitely check her out. Give her some love, subscribe, tell her I said hi. But she really does... We've both been talking about it, and we've just noticed not a lot of people have been talking about 2020. It's definitely a new decade. It's definitely a new cycle. So we are closing out a lot of cycles for this month. So even though there's a lot of beautiful new beginnings, there's going to be some endings that correspond with this. There's going to be some loss as well. So just keep that in mind if you're like, what is going on? It's just a shift. Don't panic. Don't freak out. 2020 is going to be kind of a crazy year. I think that's going to be more for next month's video. Ellie and I have also been talking about doing a live stream or a reading for the next year, so keep your eyes peeled for all of that exciting stuff. But I really do feel like there's a lot of powerful energy right now. And I think it's something that you can really be excited about. It's not something you have to be afraid of. But do be aware that there are still some lessons. There are still some... There is some heavy energy, I'm not going to lie. But this could very well be your lucky break. So I think that's pretty much it for the astrology. I, again, have the astrology blog post in the description box down below if you want to kind of look over what I wrote. I also have all of the aspects and transits listed out by date, so you can look for those. I am going to start shuffling for you now, Sagittarius. As we are shuffling, I'm just going to give my usual spiel that this is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come through are going to resonate for all of you. If this video does not resonate or you'd like greater clarity on something, you are more than welcome to check out the general readings for your other signs, your moon, rising, or Venus signs. If you don't know what those are, again, I have the natal chart calculator in the description box down below. You can also check out the Heart of the Matter love readings if you're looking for more relationship advice. I have a playlist for all of those. They are timeless, so you can either look at the most recent video or you can just go to whichever video pops out at you. Let's see. You may also find that the roles between 2 or more parties are switched, especially if you're cross-watching. Another person could actually be your own energy or vice versa. And just take these messages as they apply and leave the rest behind. Because it's a general message, it's just going to be trying to reach as many people as possible. Let's see. Sagittarius. We are looking at the energy coming into December, so this is what you've been going through last month. And I gotta say, last month was pretty hard. I'm kind of seeing the cards on the table already, but I'm just gonna speak from my experience. You know, we had a really heavy retrograde in November. It was probably one of the heavier retrogrades that I have been conscious of. And a lot of people were saying that. It wasn't even like anything really happened for me personally. I know there's been a lot of breakups, a lot of stuff happening in relationships for people. Emotions were just really, really high. And there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of angst and misunderstanding being in Scorpio season. And it was just pretty wild energy. And your solar return can be a time of loss as well, a time of change, transition. Your solar return is your birthday. It's the sun returning to the position where it was from the moment of your birth. And that is a new cycle. And a lot of the time when we have these new cycles, there is shedding, there is new beginnings as well. But it's kind of like a time of taking stock, especially leading up to that. It's like, what is coming into the next year with me, this next cycle? So there might have been a lot of review for you in the month of November, a lot of looking at the past or reevaluating things from the past. I am seeing, so past energy, we had the 2 of Cups in reverse, the 10 of Swords, the Star in reverse, the Magician in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands all coming out together. Wow, okay. So 2 of Cups in reverse, especially with the 10 of Swords. I'm just going to call this right out. Some of you went through a breakup or some sort of painful end to a connection or just a really rough patch that's really... I still think a lot of you are feeling this, if this is resonating with you. Could also be referring to further back as well, because we are working in some pretty large time windows with the eclipses and with Mercury retrograde. So this could be going back even further past November for some of you. But there was this sense of betrayal, the sense of heartache, of loss. You know, there may have been something that you also loved physically. You know, it might not even be a person that you had to part with as well. That could be a job, that could be a home or a family member, something like that. That really, it really threw you for a loop. Your energy is really, really depleted here. We have this Magician and the Star in the reversed. It is coming out with the Knight of Wands here. I'm sorry if you're having a hard time seeing these. I love this deck. It's very beautiful, but it doesn't always show up on the camera very well with the lighting. Star in the reverse. This could be referring to an Aquarius individual. We also have Virgo and Gemini energy and fire sign energy as well. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So just kind of a large pool here. I am feeling like with the Star, there's a lot of doubt. Whatever it was that you lost, it's making you really reevaluate things. You're feeling like you're having a hard time manifesting. You're feeling very out of flow. And I almost feel like this Knight of Wands is very agitated energy. This might be how you're kind of moving through the world. I actually feel like this Knight of Wands is you, Sagittarius. This actually is specifically your indicator card for those of you who are born in the first 2 decans of Sagittarius. So the first 20 days of Sagittarius season. I feel like there's almost this is kind of how you're coming across. Just kind of charging in. And you might actually, I hate to say, some of you might actually be stepping on the toes of the people around you, or even hurting other people around you, because I don't know if you're dealing with this pain the right way. I'm going to call that out, because with the star in reverse, I definitely see something not being healed, something being misunderstood. Whatever this Ten of Swords was, I feel like it was really big. It really hurt you. There's definitely this feeling of being stabbed in the back, either by the universe or by another individual. And the Magician in reverse, someone may have actually lied to you. There may have actually been deception or some sort of con. And the Magician and the Star, they both speak about manifestations and making your wishes into a reality. Maybe this thing that devastated you wasn't even what happened. For some of you, it's actually what didn't happen. What you were expecting to happen did not come through the way you wanted at all. It could be involving someone who just kind of came in and out of your life with this Knight of Wands energy. That could also be an opportunity, though, too. Something that seemed really promising, only for it to be taken away. And again, this is a general reading. It's going to be different things for different people. But to be honest, I'm getting a predominant love energy here, relational energy. So let's see what the animal wisdom is here. Zebra. This is actually very similar to your energy as well. Your energy is showing up a lot in the past. Whatever it was you have lost, you really are supposed to be focused on yourself. We were talking about that in the astrology report. It's like when you have your solar return, when you have your birthday, the month leading up to that is going to be a review period. It's going to be taking stock of things, and it's really about what is working for me, what isn't working for me. And sometimes the universe is going to step in and take these things from you if you're not initiating that. That's definitely possible. I do see with Zebra, there is also this need to get out of black and white thinking. Seeing things as multi-hued, kind of seeing between the lines here. Some of you are also needing to travel. You physically need to leave a location. Maybe because you need to get out of this heartache. There's a lot of, you're almost in a pit. Whether that's just traveling, maybe even taking a weekend away. But Zebra usually speaks about something pretty exotic, pretty far away. And with Jupiter conjuncting the eclipse on the 26th of December, that's going to be a good time to manifest some travel opportunities as well. Some heavy energy. And someone's angry. It might be you, could also be someone else around you. Someone's power tripping. They're really just trying to I almost feel like this person felt like they couldn't control you. And that's why they might have just suddenly betrayed you. Or they manipulated you, they lied to you. They felt like they needed to control you. They felt like they needed to tell you what to do, or they needed to have you be a certain way. And I don't see you putting up with that, or that's just not the match for you. If you really try to make that work and that's resonating, I know this hurts, but this was not for you, Sagittarius. Ooh. Let's see. So kind of heavy. I'm really curious to see what we have at the start of December here. Do keep in mind these time frames, again, are very fluid because this is a general reading. For some of you, this will be right at the start of December. For others, it might be later on. Could have already happened. Or could have already happened. Sorry. What are the messages for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first half of December. What is the new energy coming in for December? for Sagittarius. Okay. All right. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. The Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Lovers coming out here. But then we have the World in the reverse. Okay, so for those of you who went through some sort of breakup or really rough conflict in a relationship, doesn't have to be romantic even, I feel like someone's trying to apologize, someone's trying to make things right with this Ace of Pentacles for some of you. And someone's trying to come back and be like, I love you, I want to work things out, I want to set things right, but there's this feeling of being really wounded, very wary with the Nine of Wands. And again, this is not all of you. I know a lot of the time people will watch these readings and be like, they always talk about someone coming back from the past, but no one from the past comes back, or there is no one from the past to come back. Then it's just this energy that's around you. It's you looking at the past, you looking at past connections. Or maybe this person's energy is just showing up in your dreams or showing up in your aura or energy to kind of review. It doesn't always mean that someone is physically coming back to make amends with you, although that's definitely the case for some of you. There is also another group where this is you actually just focusing on something that you love, something you love doing, working on something, and it's kind of healing to you. Although I see the World in the reverse as kind of your headspace, your communication, and it feels very, it's like whatever this is, you're having a hard time seeing this as a good prospect. You're actually not feeling very optimistic by the start of December or in the first part of December, which makes sense because you are losing that Jupiter energy. It is going into Capricorn. Again, this is not a bad thing, but it's not... Jupiter is very comfortable in your sign. It's your ruling planet. So I feel like it's kind of making you see where you might have been unrealistic. Because Jupiter can be very exaggerated. And with it leaving your sign, leaving your energy, it's almost like you really kind of getting a dose of reality. And you're feeling really worn out. That might have already been something that was happening to you coming in to December. You might have already started feeling it. But I think you're really kind of dealing with that aftermath. Although, I still see something very promising here for you. For others of you, this could also be a workplace romance. I could actually see love developing in the workplace for some of you. That could actually be if you started a new job. Because I see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the World in reverse. Some of you might have been losing a job, or there may have been some sort of opportunity that didn't pan out, so you had to go for something else. You're working very hard. You're putting a lot of effort into your heart right now, or that's where you need to be guiding your energy and channeling that into something productive. But you're feeling really worn down. Again, you know, you're really feeling like you're having a hard time manifesting, and I think that is because you're losing that Jupiter influence for sure. And I am seeing the Emperor in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. Some of you are really feeling stuck in your situation. It's like, again, you're being kind of sobered. You were kind of seeing things with rose-colored lenses before, and now you're really seeing some sort of reality, whether that's because someone deceived you or you deceived yourself, or maybe it's just something worked for a while and it's not working now. Some things are just temporary. I mean, everything is temporary, but some things are really just meant to be kind of a chapter in our life. It's not meant to go on past that. I do feel like with this Emperor in reverse, though, again, there's this sense of someone trying to control you. And this actually feels like a boss. This feels like someone who has some sort of authority over you. Could be an older family member as well, or someone who just has a lot of power, a lot of strength. Could even be kind of a narcissist again. I do see... It's almost like this person is... This is really specific, so it's obviously not going to apply to everyone. There's someone who is actually withholding money from you. That could be withholding a raise. That could be withholding inheritance, will. There could be some sort of conflict there, I'm getting. This person is just not giving you what you deserve, and you're feeling really worn down. You know, you've been really working very hard, and I feel like it's not being recognized. I think this person is threatened by you. I'm going to be honest. This person is threatened by you, and they're resorting to some really petty shit. And it's unfortunate because this person, for a lot of you, it does seem like they have an ability to really cut down an opportunity. And I think some of you are feeling really depressed by this. If you feel like someone has taken your opportunity, I do feel like I should just tell you, if someone took it, then it's not meant for you. There's something else. Maybe there is something that you're supposed to fight for, but we'll kind of get a better sense of that in a moment. Let me see. I know some of you want to fight. You had that Knight of Wands. You're seeing an injustice and it's like, no, I don't want this. It can't be this way. Some of you are feeling really wronged in this situation. I have the Spider card. You need to just work on your thing. You need to focus on weaving this web for yourself. If you absolutely need to address the situation, then by all means, you have to do what you have to do. I really feel like, though, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, Sagittarius, you're supposed to be working on something. And when I see spider, I think of that flow state, which is something in positive psychology, which it's basically that state you get into when you're totally immersed into an activity you're doing. You lose your sense of time. You lose the world around you. You look at the clock and suddenly hours have passed. And it's like, whoa, how did that happen? Because you're just so immersed in what it is you're doing. You really need to get into your flow. You really need to do what you love. I'm really feeling like that's going to help heal you. That is going to be so rejuvenating to you, and that's actually going to bring blessings to you. Spider is not about reaching out and going out into the world and making things happen. For the start of December, you need to be weaving a web and letting things come to you. And if something doesn't come to you, just trust that it's not meant to be yours. And I know that's really hard because there's a lot of pain here. There's a lot of control. I know Sagittarius loves the truth. They want the truth to be revealed. I think you just need to focus on something else right now, though. And I know that sucks. I'm a Sagittarius moon as well, so I really do relate to that. That's why I'm very honest in my readings, especially with that Virgo sun. And again, I hope you all know, it's kind of come to my attention recently, I hope you all realize I am being honest with you because I don't think, especially with tarot readers, we shouldn't be lying to each other. We shouldn't be telling each other that things are going to be okay, that we don't need to worry, that it's all just going to work out. I want to be honest. I want to give you real feedback. I want to tell you how you can grow. And I also want to tell you what's stagnating you. Interesting. What are the messages for Sagittarius? Okay. What are the messages for Sagittarius? Interesting stuff. Okay. We have the Temperance in reverse, your energy. The Five of Wands. And the Moon card. Oh my god, Sagittarius! I feel like a lot of you are listening to this reading, and there's just gonna be a moment where something slips towards the end of the month and you just fight. That's what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, I just think that's so funny. It's like you're hearing this and then just something happens. Temperance is about, balance, harmony. There's definitely a lack of that by the end of the month for you, and I really see that there's a lot of fight around you. And you might be getting dragged into this if you are not careful with your energy. This is not set in stone. This doesn't mean that you need to get into this conflict, that everyone is going to be against you. But you do need to be wise with where you're putting your energy. And again, really focusing on something that benefits you, that's productive. And we have the Moon card as well. A lot of confusion. I feel like there's something you might not know about this situation, or something that the other party does not know. There's a lot of misunderstandings and miscommunications that's going on here. And people are reacting very emotional. Sounds like the holidays to me. But it's like people are just acting very emotionally, very chaotically. Some people are actually feeling quite stuck with the Hanged Man, I'm noticing at the bottom of the deck, and there's a lot of Pisces energy here. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces, with the Moon and the Hanged Man. It's really important for you to listen to your intuition. And when you're going about your day-to-day life, really make sure that you're centering yourself. Don't come from this place of confusion or trying to get unstuck. There's something you're not seeing here. And I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself. I'm not saying don't speak up for yourself. That's not what I'm advocating for. What I'm advising you is that you need to be very mindful of the energy behind that, though. I do feel like there might be some delays. There's going to be a change here. There might be canceled plans or travel delays. I'm definitely seeing like some sort of opportunity, like travel opportunity for a few of you is not happening. And you're pissed about it. Like someone dropped the ball. Interesting. What is the animal wisdom for this energy? My goodness, Sagittarius. Show me clearly. Hawk and elephant. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, you're going to be finding out some more information that's going to help you understand why these blockages had to happen. Because Hawk is the messenger, Hawk is intuition, Hawk is the higher perspective, and Elephant is very wise, and it's also the destroyer of obstacles. Some of you, you're dealing with obstacles that are just going to take care of themselves. You don't need to do anything about it. You don't need to step in. That's why the cards are telling you to kind of just take a step back, focus on you, do your thing. Karma is going to work this situation out. Some of you, this is also a redirection. If something is being blocked off, just trust that it's not meant for you. Elephant is a very auspicious and beneficial card. I know these cards are really heavy and it hasn't been a very sunny and positive reading, but this is actually the luckiest card in the deck. So your luck is going to change. You might be starting to realize that right towards the end of December, could even be January for some of you. I do see that there's still going to be this boon that I've been talking about in the astrology report, but it might hit you a little bit later. And it might involve you leaving behind a situation, perhaps a work situation or family situation, and it really does benefit you in the long run. But yeah, there's really a change that's happening here, and I don't even think you're going to be able to anticipate what that is right now. I don't even think you're supposed to know. You're kind of just supposed to get into your flow state, because that's when the universe opens up to you. When you open up to the universe opens up to you. So get into that allowing state. Whatever that activity is for you, whether it's rock climbing, whether it's painting or reading or writing, get into your flow. Something is going to change. And I don't want you to be anxious about that. I don't want you to worry about that. Trust that this is all happening for good karma. You are going to be rewarded. I think some of you are actually fighting too hard or working too hard or are just really focused on trying to make something happen. You're actually restricting the energy flow for yourselves. Let's see. I'm actually going to do a color healing card for all of you as well. I kind of have a feeling of what it could be. I do keep seeing coral, which is the card I'm thinking. Show me clearly. That was like half the deck. Show me clearly. Show me clearly. This deck is really hard to shuffle. Sorry. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, we're kind of resisting our healing, aren't we, Sagittarius? So I'm just going to mention coral, even though it didn't come out, because that is all about allowing synchronicity, getting into that synchronous energy and using that coral color. Let me see if I can actually find it. It's like an orange. Where did it go? There it is. Allowing flow and synchronicity into your life. This was literally popping up like 8 times, but it didn't actually end up falling out. But you can kind of use this color, breathe this color in to get into that allowing state that's going to help you attract the experiences you want, the things you want. With the rainbow card, we have connect to spirit in nature. I'm actually going to read this straight from the book that it provides a guided visualization for you to work with this color, but you are welcome to just follow your intuition and use these in any capacity that feels right for you. I've personally been doing kind of like an art therapy journal. I will use those colors to create a scene or to create a picture, and then I'll write affirmations for myself kind of based off of the card. So for rainbow, rainbow ray is a combination of many colors together, making it a very powerful and regenerating energy to work with. Rainbow also allows you to lighten up and feel happier and more alive. It also opens the mystical realm, connecting you to spirit, fairies, angels, and your creativity. Allow rainbow rays to lead you into the realm of the fae. Go to a park, look around, and find a tree that attracts you. Stand still and focus within, feeling the tree's pull as it beckons you. Walk over to the tree and place your arms around it. Feel its connection to the earth, to other trees, and to the world. Allow some of the tree's divine energy to pour into your body, fill you up, and awaken your own divinity. Walk around the park, smell the flowers, and listen to the birds singing. Smile as you take in the beauty of nature. Visualize a rainbow and allow it to bathe your body, strengthening your connection to nature and the divine. Then ask the rainbow rays to connect you to the fairy nature kingdom. You may start to notice sparkling lights around flowers. Talk to the fairies and ask them to help you in any areas of your life where you need assistance, as they are great at manifesting. Say, divine intelligence, please connect me to the fairy kingdom to awaken my vitality, aliveness, and divinity. Beautiful, beautiful card. I actually really like that. And it does also tell me that some of you really do need to be working with energy healing, especially with the Temperance card in the reverse towards the end of the month. That's going to be really helpful for you. And there is kind of this need to ground as well with nature. I know where I am, I'm in upstate New York. It snowed super early this year. I haven't been outside at all because there's just been so much snow. I've been stuck in my apartment. I really do want to get back out there and just kind of be in nature. I know that's so healing for me personally, and I really do notice the difference. So I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to go step out and find a tree after this reading. But I really do feel like it's still important for you to get out in nature, even if it's really snowy. I always recommend going barefoot, but obviously holding a tree is actually a really good substitute because you still get that grounding energy to the earth. Anyways, we have the color chocolate. Treat yourself. Chocolate is a mixture of brown and black that links us to the earth, providing healthy boundaries and encouraging structure. It accesses your shadow side to offer deeper insights and growth, and provides you with nourishment and resilience. Nourish your body and soul with chocolate. Today, make yourself a cup of hot cocoa and sip it slowly. Allow the warmth and sweetness to nourish your body and soul. What does this nourishment mean to you? How can you nourish and nurture yourself more? Get some paper and a pen, put your feet up, and allow your creativity to flow. Write down 10 nourishing things you can do for yourself the next week, and do them. Say, divine intelligence, please awaken the sweetness and soulfulness inside me so I can truly nourish and love myself. Love it. Beautiful. Yeah, really just focus on love and loving yourself, and that's really going to be so healing for you. You don't need to fight in this situation. I really don't want you to get dragged in this. Or if you end up having to be in this conflict, don't let it drag you down. Really nourish yourself, really reconnect to what makes you feel good. And that's going to make a lot of difference because something is changing. Something is looking very positive in the future. There's going to be a change here that's happening. I don't know if it's going to happen right away. So just do what you can in the moment for December. Just kind of get through the holidays, okay? I do hope this reading was helpful for you, Sagittarius. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if the color healing cards were helpful for you or if the animal oracle cards were working. I'd love to hear some feedback for those. I have all of my links in the description box down below. Again, the readings and Reiki sessions might be down temporarily. They will be back up shortly, so don't panic. Just check back in later. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Sagittarius. Happy December.